This is Off-Road Reinvented. Since 2008, Morimoto has been turning out the best products in the automotive lighting aftermarket, consistently packed with more performance, better fitment, excellent style, and unmatched reliability. And the BigBanger is no different. The brand new, patent-pending line of BigBanger off-road LED pods were completely designed, engineered, and torture tested here in the USA, and everything about them is designed to change the game. Let's start with the basics here, shall we? The BigBanger pods themselves are available in 8 different variations. There are 2 beam patterns, a spot and a combo. Each of those beam patterns is available in either a white or a yellow light output. And like the other series in the Morimoto off-road lineup, the BigBanger is offered in 2 performance tiers. The NCS model offers maximum bang for the buck with its impressive light output, whereas the HXB version takes that to the next level with an insane amount of light output. More on that later. All of the BigBangers come with a dual intensity amber backlight, which I must say is absolutely stunning both day and night. These bad boys are sold individually, and when you open the box, you'll find one of the pods, a heavy-duty bracket, and all of the hardware you needed to assemble. So where do you mount something like this? Well, the BigBanger can be mounted to something like your steel bumper, or the variety of vehicle-specific A-pillar brackets we offer, or your roof rack. If you really want to go all out, they can also be linked together into a serious light bar, where you spec the width, the color, the optics, you set the radius, then my friends, you destroy the darkness. Check out our banger bar video for more information on that. And then when it comes to wiring, we've got a whole series of new dedicated 4-pin relay harnesses specific to the BigBanger lineup to control the light output itself, as well as the dual intensity backlight. You can get a BigBanger harness for the pods themselves if you want to run them as a pair, and then we have a specific version also for the light bars. The BigBanger is designed to compete with all of the heavy hitters at the top of the line. It's the most capable off-road pod in the world. Period. For example, in comparison to the next closest competitor, the SSC5 Pro from Diode Dynamics, the BigBanger HXB Spot is nearly 30% brighter at a whopping 520,000 candela. It's over 500,000 CD. The combo is also 80% brighter than the SSC5 at 135,000 candela. And that performance gap that I'm talking about, well, it only gets even bigger when you start comparing the BigBangers to something like the LP6 or the LP9 from Baja, or even the 360 from Rigid. These things on paper and in the real world are a game changer. But as we always say, power is nothing without control, and the BigBanger compromises nothing just for the sake of achieving high output numbers. The competitors can spec the same LED chip and power settings all day, but the optical refinement that we've incorporated into the Morimoto off-road lineup is the real secret sauce that separates the men from the boys. On the lenses, we're manipulating the characteristics of the light output through something that we call ESC and HSC. ESC, which is short for exit surface control, allows us to manipulate the horizontal and vertical distribution of light within the beam pattern. This is particularly valuable for enhancing width and foreground characteristics. Now the HSC, which is short for hotspot control, allows us to optimize the vertical location of the hotspot, which is particularly valuable for maximizing long-range visibility. Both of these techniques are used throughout the BigBanger lineup to ensure we're confidently delivering the perfect combination of intensity and distribution for optimal visibility. So let's take a closer look at the different beam patterns offered in the BigBanger lineup. First up, the spot beam. This thing is a real secret weapon for those of you who like to drive in the dark fast. With over 500,000 candela, the sheer amount of intensity packed into their hotspot is serious business. But again, it's not just about peak numbers here. The beam pattern control resulting from our ESC and HSC optics manipulate the vertical location of the hotspot to project the brightest part of the beam pattern further down the road without compromising the surrounding illumination box. And then there's the BigBanger combo beam, which has been specifically engineered to cover the full width of the road with an ample amount of light while providing a very meaningful amount of central intensity, 135,000 candela to be exact. This balance has been carefully distributed to avoid washing out one or the other. With the broad amount of coverage from the BigBanger combo, you might as well be turning back on the daytime. And guys, it's worth noting that these numbers I reported for the BigBanger combo and the spot beam, these are all fully saturated numbers taken at room temperature in still air by a third party. There's no further ramp down. Again, they're fully saturated. After the successful introduction of the 4-banger back in 2021, we are no longer new to the high-performance off-road lighting game. We did our homework back then, and now, with this, we are officially upping the ante. The BigBanger uses the highest quality LED chips from Osram and Nichia. The dual intensity amber backlight is a thing of beauty. The copper direct thermal path PCB maximizes heat transfer for long-term reliability. The BigBanger lenses have been molded from optical-grade polycarbonate from Macroline, a Tier 1 supplier to many major automakers. The entire assembly is designed to rigorous IP69 standards for moisture and weather resistance, and the proprietary DT04 inputs create a perfect connection while maintaining a low profile. Now, all of this adds up to a product that's engineered to last, and that's why the BigBanger is backed with a limited lifetime warranty. As I said, the BigBanger is made out of the best quality raw materials. It has a highly optimized range of beam patterns and options. It outperforms the competition in every way, and I must say, it looks dang good doing it. The BigBanger is off-road reinvented.